second male lead syndrome. If you watch C-dramas, you already know exactly what this is. And you already have a name in your head right now. It is the ache of watching a man be devoted, dependable, and completely wonderful, while the plot hands the girl to someone else entirely. Today, we're counting down 5 dramas that gave us the syndrome so bad, we had to make a whole video about it. Starting at number 5 all the way to number 1. Let's go. Number 5. A Love So Beautiful. If you have not seen this drama, first of all, welcome. It is a school romance classic and you're about to have a great time and also a frustrating time. Chen Xiaoxi is bright and bubbly and completely, hopelessly in love with her cold genius neighbor Jian Chen. Emotionally unavailable does not even begin to cover it, at least not for the first half of the drama. And while all that is happening, while Xiaoxi is chasing Jiang Chen down hallways and leaving notes and doing the absolute most, Wu Bosong is right there. The swimmer, the dependable one, the friend who never had to be asked twice for anything. Here is what makes Wu Bosong the gold standard of this syndrome. He did not play games, not once. He never let Xiaoxi wonder where she stood with him, never went hot and cold, never even manufactured distance to seem more interesting. For a decade, a whole decade of their lives, he was her safety net, her cheerleader, her person. He bought out pharmacies when she had a cold, he showed up to every single milestone, he did everything that the romance novel says you're supposed to do. Everything that any reasonable person would recognize as devotion. And he came in second place anyway. And that is the thing about Wu Bosong's story that makes us sit with it. It forces the question, why is the guy who struggles to say his feelings out loud rewarded, while the guy who never once let her doubt his love has to quietly step aside? The drama gives us a satisfying ending, yes. Jiang Chen grows into someone wonderful. But Wu Bosong got into our heads first, and he never quite left. The syndrome is strong with this one, and it is only number 5. Set in 1930s China, this drama follows Xie Xiang, a woman who disguises herself as a man, takes her late brother's name and identity, and enrolls in a military academy to honor his memory. She's navigating war, grueling training, and a secret that could unravel everything at any moment. 2 men enter her world. Gu Yanzhen, the male lead, loud and charismatic, and very much the kind of person who fills the room he walks into. He's hard to ignore, and that's sort of his whole thing. And then there is Shen Zhishen, calm, dignified, the kind of man who moves through a space with quiet gravity and does not need to announce himself to be felt. He is the blueprint of what we might call perfect on paper. Composed where the male lead is chaotic, steady where others are reactive. The kind of person who makes you feel safe just by being in the same room. Here is the part that really gets people. Shen Zhishen figures out Xie Xiang is a woman, and he does it early. This could have been a dramatic confrontation, it could have been leverage, and it could have been a moment that blew up her entire mission. Instead, he keeps her secret, protects her silently, and moves on like it's perfectly normal to just absorb that information and use it only to shield her. What makes his place on this countdown so significant is what fans call the what if. Because there was something between Shen Zhishen and Xie Xiang. A genuine window of mutual feeling, a real possibility. But they were too principled, too respectful of each other's boundaries to push through it, and while Shen Zhishen was waiting for the right honorable moment, Gu Yanzhen had already walked through the door and taken up residence. He's the one who got away simply because he was too much of a gentleman to rush her. The Arsenal Military Academy fanbase is devoted and passionate and still going strong years after it aired. They have not forgotten Shen Zhishen. And this is the one where the syndrome stops being fun and starts feeling personal. Hesitate you? Go ahead. Go Ahead is not a romance drama in the traditional sense. It is a family drama, warm, funny in places, and genuinely moving. It follows 3 children from broken homes who are brought together by circumstances, and 2 makeshift fathers who decide that family is a choice and not just a bloodline. Li Jianzhen, Li Shao, and Hezechu grow up as siblings, shape each other, and carry each other through everything. The drama was a cultural event when it aired. It resonated so widely across Asia that it was eventually remade in South Korea as Family by Choice in 2024. So when we say this story hits something universal, it literally crossed borders to prove it. But we are here for Hezechu specifically and what this drama did to us through him. He is the middle brother, the one whose mother abandoned him and walked away from him like he was something to be put down and forgotten. He found belonging in this found family and held on to it with everything he had because he knew what the alternative felt like. He defines his whole world by the people he loves. And he gives, constantly, without keeping score, without asking for anything back, and without even letting anyone fully see how much it cost him. And Zhang Xincheng's performance is what makes this so effective. He plays Hezechu with a specific restrained quality, but the most loaded moments are the quietest one. A smile that is warm for everyone else and does not quite reach his eyes when it counts. And the thing that separates Hezechu from everyone else on this list is that his love is not structured as rivalry. There is no clean villain. No dramatic love triangle, just a man who loves deeply and is asked by life to redirect it. And he does, because that is simply who he is. Watching that is not just a plot point. It feels, and as the fans will tell you, like the universe rejecting pure goodness. And that hits harder than almost anything a more traditionally framed seikome lead could do. Hezechu Nation remains active. The one that turned an entire fandom into a battlefield. And those factions are still arguing in comment sections to this day. Shang Liu lost you forever. Yang Zi plays Xiao Yao, a woman who has had a generally terrible 100 years, been stripped of her identity and power, and is now living quietly under a false name, wanting nothing more than to be left alone. Very reasonable goals. The universe completely ignores them. Three men with very different energies decide she's worth complicating their lives over. And the audience split into camps almost immediately. Because Lost You Forever is not a drama where the love interest feels interchangeable. Each one represents a completely different kind of love. And each camp had extremely strong opinions about which one was correct. Shang Liu's camp was not the loudest numerically, but it was absolutely the most passionate online. And when you meet him, you understand why. Shang Liu is a nine-tailed fox general, cold by reputation, ruthless when the situation calls for it, loyal to his lord in a way that structures his entire existence. He is not supposed to be a soft story. He is not supposed to be the one who gets under your skin. And then, Tian Jianxi decides to play him like that, with this restrained, almost reluctant warmth underneath all the cool exterior. Every scene between Shang Lu and Xiaoyang has a specific charge quality. Like two people who understand each other in a way neither of them is fully willing to admit out loud. He sees her clearly, she sees him clearly, and the drama keeps putting the distance of the entire immortal world between them anyway. What makes Shang Lu's syndrome so potent is the nature of his position. He cannot choose her. It is not that he will not, it's that the structure of this world, his loyalty and his obligations make it genuinely impossible. And he knows it. He has always known it. He loves her from exactly as close as he is allowed to be, and not one step further. Until late in season 1, there is a moment where that changes, just briefly, just once, and that single moment dismantled the fandom in a way that is still being processed. Shang Lu understood the assignment, the audience understood the assignment, and we all fell for it anyway. That is the power of a well-written, impossible love. And Lost You Forever delivered it at number 2. Run You, Ashes of Love. This xiangsha is set across the flower realm, the mortal realm, and the heavens. And it's gorgeous and dramatic and the kind of drama that makes you rearrange your entire week around finishing it. Jinmi is a grave sprite who is literally cursed to feel no love. Her dying mother gave her an elixir to protect her from a tragic fate she had already foreseen. So Jinmi grows up carefree and a little chaotic, completely unaware of the weight of what was done to her. She falls into the orbit of two immortal brothers, Xu Feng, the heavenly crown prince, her main lead, passionate and powerful and very much leading man energy, and Ranyu, the night deity, quiet, watchful, and the one who had been present in her life long before she even registered his name. Now, here is what sets Ranyu apart from every other entry on this list. His story does not just give you the syndrome, it takes you on a full arc. He begins as someone of starlight and soft smiles, gentle, warm, the kind of person you immediately want things for. And then the drama starts pulling back the curtain on why he became who he became. His loneliness was not an accident. It was engineered. Years of deliberate mistreatment by his stepmother, the Heavenly Empress, who made sure he grew up isolated, without allies, without belonging, and without anyone to choose him first. She built the conditions for his pain carefully and completely. And so when Ranyu holds on to Jimny, she becomes the one person who sees him. Luo Yangshi's performance is the reason this drama lives in people's heads years after they finish it. The performance tracks every step of that journey without losing you once. He did not start as someone the story was against. He was made into one by a world that never gave him another option. And really sitting with that, understanding it fully, is what elevates Ashes of Love's second Meili syndrome beyond a standard heartbreak into something the fandom had described as leaving a permanent mark. Years later, still posting tributes, still in the comments, still saying his name. That is not just second Meili syndrome, that is a legacy, and Ranyu earned every bit of it. Number 1, undisputed. And that is our countdown. Wu Busong, Shan Junshen, Hezechu, Shanglu, and Ranyu. 5 men who stayed, who showed up, and who loved without the guarantee of anything in return, and who absolutely wrecked us for it. Drop your second May lead in the comments. We want to know who has you in your feelings. Like and subscribe for more C-drama content, and we will see you in the next one.